Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. Now this is my attempt at doing Iain and Friends Vinyl Tag 2025. Now there's loads of vinyl tags out there. The first one was started by Edwin in December of last year and it's had a lot of responses, but you've got a punk tag, you've got an Americana tag, you've a CD tag, you've a soul tag, and you've got a tag Redux. So there's loads to choose from, but I'm going with the one that Iain did on the 1st of January. Now I was part of that because it was 6 people with 3 questions each. Iain got an extra question and then there was a surprise guest at the end, so it's well worth checking out. It's good fun and I'll put a link below to that tag. So I'm going to attempt all questions. And I'm going to, some of them I can't really answer, so I'm going to have to bend it a little bit. Okay, the first question is a very easy one, and it is show me an album that has an animal on the cover. So Elvis Costello, Armed Forces, Elephants. That's my answer to that one. Okay, and the second question is an album I regret buying in 2024. Well, I didn't buy very many albums last year and I don't really regret any of them, but an album from one of my favourite artists I kind of regret buying a few years ago was T-Rex and Remixes, and this is a triple album of awful remixes of some of Mark's greatest songs, and it's there for the collection really. I played it once and it'll probably never be played again. Question number 3 is show an album which is part studio, part live. Now when I did this on Iain's original tag, I showed an album that was mostly live with 1 studio track. This is the other way around. This is mostly studio with 1 live track, and it's ABBA's Super Trooper, and the live track is The Way Old Friends Do, which was recorded at Wembley the previous year. So ABBA's Super Trooper. Question 4, show a blind purchase of 2024 or an unexpected musical discovery. It has to be the unexpected musical discovery, even though I knew of this artist for years, but I never actually really listened to her very much, and it's Enya, and it's only recently I've started buying her albums. I bought this a couple of years ago and I enjoyed it, but I've never really played it much. And then I bought one of the CDs, the big CD Watermark, which I've been playing constantly, and I've since bought a lot of her CDs. So Enya would be my unexpected musical discovery. Question 5, show a record with your favourite label. Well, that's tough, but one of my favourite labels has to be RCA Victor, and this is Lou Reed. And it has to be the orange label, it cannot be the green or the black. So the orange RCA Victor. Now probably because it's my favourite because David Bowie was on it and the Sweet were on it, and that's what Elvis Presley was on it, of course, and even Melanie was on it for a couple of albums, so I go for that RCA Victor orange label. Okay, number 6, show an album with some connected trivia. Well, I've actually told this story before, but I'll tell it again. This is the Jam, the gift, and this copy here is the first copy to be sold in Coleraine, my hometown, because we had 3 record shops. We had Sounds Fantastic, Jingles and Woolworths. Woolworths didn't have any, Jingles didn't have any, and whenever I bought this album I asked how many copies had been sold because I got it on the day of release, and he said, you're the first one. So I'm the first person to buy the Jam, the gift, from my hometown. Show a VHS or a YouTube live performance or a DVD or a Blu-ray of a concert that you'd like to actually get an actual live album release. And I'm going to go with this one here, and it's Billy Joel. This is an old VHS and it's from 1982 and it's live from Long Island, and this was the DVD, this was the VHS that got me into Billy Joel. It's a fantastic concert: Allentown, My Life, Prelude, Angry Young Man, Piano Man, The Stranger, Scandinavian Skies, Moving Out, Pressure, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, which blew my mind when I first heard that. Just the Way You Are, Still Rock and Roll to Me, Sometimes a Fantasy, Big Shot, You May Be Right, Only the Good Die Young, and Souvenir, and it's absolutely brilliant. So I actually like to see this being released on CD or vinyl. Okay, show a favourite comp. It can be an artist comp or it can be just an ordinary compilation, and I'm going to go with this. Country Boy Meets Country Girl. I think I've shown this a few times. I love it. My father used to have this on cassette in the car, and whenever he put a cassette in the car, it stayed there and played and played and played, and I absolutely love it. So I think it's from around 1977. Okay, number 9 is a single where the B-side is better than the A-side. It can be a 12-inch single, it can be a 7-inch single, and this is Squeeze on Sunday Street from their album Play. The B-side is a track called Maidstone, which is very acoustic, and it's got that sort of mandolin type sound to it, and it's far better than the A-side, and it's a standalone B-side. It didn't even get on the album. So Maidstone by Squeeze from 1990 or 91. I think it's 91. Okay, question 10. Show a 2024 steel bargain. Something you got very cheap. Well, I can't because I only really bought new records in 2024, but I will show probably the biggest steal I ever had, and it's a job lot, and it's my Goldfield albums that I bought a few years ago off eBay, and they're all in magnificent condition. And you have this one here, Elements, which is actually quite rare because it's a 1993 album. You have Tubular Bells 2. You have Earth Moving. You have Discovery from 84. You have Platinum from 79. 5 Miles Out from 82. Crisis from 83. Exposed, I think, is 1978-79, the double live album. Omadon. Burgess Ridge, and Tubular Bells. And there was a starting bid of £20. I put in a bit, I think I put in a bid of £40, and I got it for £20. Nobody else bid, so that's probably my biggest steal ever. Okay, number 11 is show a record you own that could be described as a work of art. Well, this one here I think is fantastic cover, and it's Every Good Boy Deserves Favour by Moody Blues. And obviously it's a gatefold like most of theirs, and I think that is magnificent. That would be really nice framed. Okay, number 12, a popular artist you don't like. Now I actually do have an album by him, and it's Neil Young, and only bought this because of 2 songs, Sample and the Hold and Computer Age, in which his voice goes through a vocoder. So I just don't like his voice, that's the thing. Now I do have a couple of his CDs, so I'm not being totally unfair. I do have After the Gold Rush, Harvest and Decade. I just can't stand his voice. He's a good songwriter, but I just can't stand him. Sorry. Okay, number 13 is a song or album that reminds me of my first love. Oh God, alright, we're going way back to 1980. And believe it or not, this here is The World of David Bowie, which I bought in December 1980. It's coming up to Christmas. I had a new girlfriend. I'd say her name was Rhonda. And I used to, whenever I finished school, meet her down the town and walk her home. Meet her outside Woolworths. Her school was at the other side of town. And during the Christmas time, it was very snowy, and I remember playing this in my bedroom, thinking of Rhonda, and because I couldn't get up to see her, even though she only actually lived up the road a bit, but I wasn't allowed to because I was only 14, and I couldn't wait to get back to school so I could get down and walk her home. And I think it was the first or second time after the Christmas holidays she dumped me. So that always reminds me of her for some reason. So that's The World of David Bowie. Okay, the next is number 14, most played album of 2024. It's actually going to be this. It has to be this because this is the Moody Blues, The Other Side of Life. I have been listening to the Moody Blues constantly for about 3 months. I will be doing a Moody Blues ranking video sometime quite soon, and I'm actually very surprised at how good their 80s stuff is. I used to dismiss it, but this one I couldn't stop playing. Yes, it is dated in sound, but I absolutely love it. So the Moody Blues, The Other Side of Life. Number 15, an album you only like the one song of. And it's this one here, Genesis, We Can't Dance, and the song I do like is Jesus He Knows Me. There's songs that are okay, but there's only one I actually like, and the rest, no, not keen. But I must give this another go because it might be better than I thought. So for the moment it's Genesis. Okay, number 16, shout out to an international VC channel that I discovered in 2024. I don't know when I discovered channels, to be honest, so I'm just going to shout out a VC channel from abroad, and a big shout out to Pasi 6758 Pasi, who's from Finland. Now he is a bit of a rock fan, I know that. He's got a lot of singles, 12-inch singles of hard rock bands, but our music does kind of cross over at times with things like Nick Lowe and Kirsty MacColl, and give the guy credit, he comments a lot on my videos, which is very much appreciated, so a big shout out to Pasi, and I'll put a link to his channel below. Number 17, an artist you discovered watching another VC channel. Well, this one here is the Beach Fossils, which I saw Rob Walker show, and I was talking to him about it, and he said I would like it. I bought it and I did like it. I didn't love it, but I did like it. I thought it was quite good. I thought it could have been better if there was a girl singer involved somewhere. But yeah, it's a good album. I thought it was a bit like the Primitives, so that's no bad thing. Okay, number 18. An album that is beat up or written on. And this is Van Morrison, and this is beat up and stained and everything. And Tupelo Honey. And it's actually written on as well. Annie Lorimer, Wilson Avenue, Lauren Road, Ballymena, and Jock, 1971. Now, it is a gatefold, and I bought it like this. I knew it was like this, and I thought I would give it a go to see if I could clean it up, and I did clean it up. Look at that there, all that staining. And it's still scratchy as hell. And the annoying thing is my own copy of Tupelo Honey is not even a gatefold. So it's not, it's actually just an ordinary single sleeve. Brilliant album this though. Okay, shout out to a non-VC YouTube channel. Well, I'm going to go with a guy that all he does is shorts, and it's Alistair McAllister. And he's a Scottish bloke, and he does commentary. I'm laughing about it now, thinking about it, on a lot of football matches, especially England games, because he hates England. And he's so biased, and it's such a hoot, it really is. I'll put a link to his channel below. I just laugh the head off whenever I hear it. It's really good. All short, so that's Alistair McAllister. And at number 20, show a record that you never gave back. Well, this is a single, and this is for Iain actually. I got this off a friend John years and years and years ago. Never gave it back, probably didn't want it back. And it is a single, Annika and Japanese Boy, which is one of Iain's favourites. Okay, so those are the 20 questions. Have a go, because it's always great fun, and if you're new to starting a channel, this is the best way to get involved in the VC, but you have loads to choose from. There's so many tags, so whichever one you decide to do, go for it. Okay, that's me for now. All the best now. Bye bye.